Good morning, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Today, our Bible story is from the Old Testament, from the book of Second Samuel. Rather than read it, I'm going to tell you the story, and then we will have an activity related to that story. The story goes like this. There once was a king named David. You've probably heard of King David. Sometimes he was a very good king, took care of people, was kind and looked after people, and was very thoughtful, but not always. One time he fell in love with someone, and that sounds good, right? Falling in love, that's a wonderful thing. The problem was the person he fell in love with was already married to someone else. And then David wanted to make sure that that would be his wife instead of the other man's wife. And so that's a problem, right? Yes, that's a big problem. So in the story, there's also another person. His name is Nathan, and he's a prophet. That's what we're going to talk about today. His job as a prophet was to listen to God and to help the people of Israel follow God's way, including the king. And the king was doing something bad. And so Nathan, the prophet, had to go talk to the king about what he was doing bad. But when he went to him, he decided to tell him a story rather than just tell him what he was doing wrong. So he went to the King David and he said, I want to tell you a story. And the story goes like this. Once there were two men who lived in the same city. One was a rich man and he had many sheep. The other man was poor and he only had a little lamb. Now, the poor man loved the little lamb. It was like one of his children. It ate with him and even slept in his arms. One day, a traveler came to visit the rich man, and the rich man wanted to give his guest a wonderful meal of a lamb. But the rich man did not want to take the lamb from his own flock of sheep. So what did he do? He took the poor man's lamb and prepared it for his guest to eat. When Nathan told David this story, he said, King David, what do you think about this story? King David said, that is a terrible story. The rich man should be punished. He did not care for the poor man at all. He must give the man 4 lambs to replace the 1 lamb he took. And then Nathan the prophet said to King David, you know what? You are that man. God made you king over all of the people of Israel. You had everything you needed, but it was not enough for you. And so you have a wife who was not yours. She was the wife of someone else. And so you need to make sure that you make things right and that you do the right thing in this situation. And so the story became a way for David to understand what he was doing wrong. And so Nathan the prophet, what do you think? Was he scared when he told David that story? Probably so. But he had to have courage and he had to listen to God. And he had to tell David, I'm sorry, but what you are doing is wrong. There's a better way to do things. And so we've got some little cartoons here. Let's see if I can share this and pull them up. And for each of the scenarios, what do you think? Is this a scenario where, hey, that's a great thing going on? Or is it a picture of something happening where someone needs to do something differently? Looks like these 3 folks on the left are with the blue shorts are on a team and they are playing soccer. And it looks like the person to the right is kind of sad, maybe because he would like to be playing. And so, but I see the one person with blue shorts is pointing over at the person. Maybe they're going to invite him to play. That would be a good thing. If they're not going to invite him to play, that would not be a good thing. And so if we see something happening, we have to be the ones to help people make good choices that include everyone. Let's try another. Okay, hey, looks like these 2 folks getting ready to play basketball. Looks like the looks on their faces, they might be ready to play together. So I think that's a good situation. Thumbs up. You like that? All right, give it a thumbs up. Let's try another one. Doesn't look too good to me. Maybe what are they arguing about? They could be arguing about not getting to play, or maybe someone made a mistake and the person on the left is getting angry at the person on the right. I think we'd have to listen closely to find out what's going on here to see if this is a situation where someone needs to behave differently or not. Try another one. Hey, that looks nice. Everybody loves hugs. Maybe a hug after school. Maybe there's some fresh baked cookies inside that grandparent is making. So looks like that's a good situation. Thumbs up. We like to see people caring for each other and showing affection and helping each other. All right. What about this one? Looks like the guy on the right is pretty sad. But the guy on the left looks like he's trying to help him. Maybe he's going to tell him, hey, it's okay. Maybe I'll help you through whatever's going on. And so maybe we need to be the guy on the left whenever we find somebody who's sad, not having a great time. See if we have another one. Wait, why is that fella throwing that behind him when there's a trash can right beside him? That looks like a situation where something needs to be done differently, because there's no reason to just throw our trash out on the ground. And so this person, this was our friend, we might say, hey, what about maybe put the trash in the trash can? That's a better idea. So there are ways we can help people do that. So you see, in all of those scenarios, there are ways in which we can help others and help ourselves when we see things that are happening. But it's going to take courage. So we have to be brave, just like Nathan was brave to talk to King David about what he was doing wrong. It doesn't make us feel great, but it's the right thing to do. And so we will help each other and support each other and pray for each other, and we will see each other back in Sunday school in just a few weeks. Hope you're having a great summer. We look forward to seeing you soon.